We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Now Haskins on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Haskins will throw. Off to Geis on the screen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
I got you. Hey, hold on. Max 50. Watch the slant.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
Lead. 53. Mike. Focus, defense, focus.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Dalton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest.
And this will be caught at the 30. A huge play there for Washington. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Check Mike 50. Mike is check Mike 50. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all mine, baby. Let it go.
After the sack on first down, Haskins. Flush to his right, and the pressure gets to him again. Preston Brown, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, Haskins on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Bengals drive about to get going, and a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Throwing on second down. Dalton, he'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, 81 yards. And the Redskins get the quick strike touchdown. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Dalton. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing, Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Interception all day, baby.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Let's go now. Tell me the ending. Mike 50, huh? Man, that's trash. That's trash.
On 2nd and 15 now. Haskins eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Check 24. Check.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Number 53, Mike 53. Wild Bill. Rush in. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Watch safety green.
Back to Mixon on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
And Dalton to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Airing one out for Boyd. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
52. All right, T, let's go.
2nd and 6 at the 5-yard line.
Now a quick pass to Richardson. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Ready. Go to base. Jump. Hey, 81 right there. He's sneaky. Check that.
Haskins from his own end zone. Complete to Washington. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It's a 1st down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now it's Haskins. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he finds McLaurin. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Undercrush.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick, and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
3rd down. A shot here for Dalton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And Bullock will put this one through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime, something to build on maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
Let's go, big time. Let's go, let's go.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they used it.
On play action, Haskins. He's going to look deep down the field. That's caught at the 25. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson, as the first half is winding down. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other as his guys are back within a single score.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility, but he was happy to do so there.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along.
This is caught inside the 15. Gain of 37.
It's a gain of 37. And the Washington Redskins first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Watch the screen.
On first down, it's Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go. Let's go now. 70 ending. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Redskins. Dean leads. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Mixon with a first down carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He was taken down by Quentin Dunbar.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike 53. Check, 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 check.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 28. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Nixon. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times, and it'll be intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
Play action. Haskins. He's going to wind up and air it out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by B.W. Webb. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd down, Nixon hit, and the ball is out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
59. I got one.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And now here's another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They're going to be stopped up on this 1st down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready? 50, Mike, 50.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Hey, we got tight left. Hey. 4 down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 27. All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. He finds his running back, Mixon, and he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man open, it's Ross. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Here you go, 368.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. He's going to air it out deep for Green. This is caught. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Haskins out of the gun. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Mixon. He's got a 1st down past the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
All day, baby. All day, all day. All day.
Check. Check.
Heavy.
Check. Kill.
They'll run on 1st down. Bernard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And now to the air, Dalton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And Dalton's throw on target to Tyler Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Andy Dalton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Landon Collins. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there and a first down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. To throw on 2nd and 10. Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Trailer down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it to football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On third down, Trailer, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now on the return. Oh, no, the ball is loose. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now after the turnover, here's Haskins. Pass incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now Haskins to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. Well, he's going to go for it all. And this is going to be incomplete. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive